VVS, clarity, yeah. Determination, laser focus, banging on they taking notice. Determination, laser focus, banging on they taking notice.
I just got bags from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts. With that, let's get on up to Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. For the call, we bring in our broadcasters, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. I had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They're led onto the field by a man who needs no introduction, Ben Roethlisberger.
An absolute prototype for what you draw up as a big, strong quarterback that has to stay in the pocket and make big throws with people all around him and even hanging on him, and still has that type of strength to get the ball downfield. Ben Roethlisberger, an absolute rock in the pocket, but he also can escape and make big plays that way as well.
And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. And that'll set them back 5.
Still first down.
A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Taken in by Switzer on the left side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And now a look at the defense for the Colts.
2nd-round pick in 2015. Eddie Goldman holds down the middle of this defensive line with some toughness, some leverage, and some personality. Understands he's going to be double and sometimes triple teamed on every snap. Does it with a smile, takes on those blockers, and opens up space for his other pass rushers.
On third down, Roethlisberger. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete. That's Connor. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw again is Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. But it's brought in by Washington. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 44-yard line.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? If as a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 yards there, just like last play. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Ben to throw again. On the left side, it's McDonald. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. And so far, a very nice, methodical opening drive.
This has the feel of a scripted drive that they rehearsed perfectly all week long, and now they're executing it on game day.
Script looks good so far. Roethlisberger into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir, and he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Sean Davis that time on the tackle. To throw on 2nd and 6. Luck. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Luck. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. They'll fake it. Now Luck. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Here's Luck. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Freeman. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a play fake, and it's Luck. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Luck. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
How the throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd down and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger will get that one complete to Connor. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. This caught by the tight end Cross. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 62 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off of play action. Luck. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing his Luck. Buying time to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line. From the red zone now, Luck out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Randy Gregory in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Luck. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They run. Devontae Freeman. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Frank Reich here on 4th down is ready to try for 3. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger heading back out there. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
And so far, he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. Roethlisberger got to get his guys to the line as quick as he can. To throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Roethlisberger will throw.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1. Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. There's Roethlisberger to the right side and complete to Washington. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Roethlisberger. Open man is Switzer, complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Now Roethlisberger to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Boswell's kick is good. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. And we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give them 14.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. They'll fake the handoff. Now Love. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Freeman. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. To Switzer over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Washington. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Ready? 230.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Like 80. Watch the screen.
Now on 2nd and 13. Roethlisberger, wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 45-yard line.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Roethlisberger now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
He'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 5 now. Luck finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face their down. Now it's Freeman. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Sort of interesting going with a draw play there. Do you like that call?
I don't, but it would be a lot more powerful coming from me if I had said it before the play actually happened, if I had first guessed it. But look, a draw in that situation, heavy risk reward. If he walks in, it looks like a great call, doesn't it?
Yeah, instead brings up a tough 4th down. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my ball.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
That's what I'm talking about. Sack.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
You can't stop me.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
Back now in Indianapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity. Just went right there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is brought in at the 21. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Play action. It's Locke. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. From the gun, here's Locke. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 28. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that.
And he's got his tight end. That's Ebron, and it's a Colt touchdown. Ebron there to make the grab. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down. Now it's Roethlisberger. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Luck gonna throw it. And the catch made by Hilton. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the counter, Devontae Freeman. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Will likely put an end to this thing. So again, they'll run with Freeman. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is Week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. So for Indianapolis, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
honey, I dash. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, yard dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I